All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. I don't know where you are in the world, so drop us in the chat. Let us know where you're at. Hey, that rhymes. I'm a poet, didn't know it. Um, I am Nick Baldwin. I'm the co-founder of Lab Code Agents. We've got a team from Lofty here. I'll have them introduce themselves in a second. But we're going to talk about AI. It's super important that we talk about AI and what your CRM can do for you in the way of using AI to help you leverage your business and grow your business. Um, so Lofty just announced, and Lofty used to be Chime, in case you're not familiar, but now they changed the whole rebrand, and they just announced the launch of their new AI framework and packages, including AI Copilot, um, that's going to basically fundamentally change the way real estate agents operate their business on a day to day. If you're not using, at the very least, ChatGPT, you better get to it because I always say AI is not going to put you out of business. The agents that are using AI will. So don't worry about AI putting you out of business. It's going to be the other agents that are leveraging it regularly. So these new capabilities are not only time saving, but they're designed to help agents optimize every decision they make, every action they take. Sounds like a song from the 80s. Every breath I take. Okay, I digress. So let's jump into it. I've got some team members from Lofty here. I'm gonna let Bailey introduce herself. What's up, Bailey?
Hi, thanks for the quick intro on Lofty and Copilot. I'm Bailey. I'm on the product operations team here at Lofty, and I lead all of our AI projects. So I've been working closely with actual Lofty users. I'm sure a handful of people on this call have gotten emails from me asking for feedback on Copilot and on AI in general. So really excited to be here and to meet everybody.
Sweet. And we have Ernest. Ernest, what are you doing over there at Lofty?
Yeah, so I am the product success manager, and as part of my role, I just kind of oversee everything being released as far as from a successful standpoint and ensure that we do have successful rollouts and that it meets the standards and expectations of what our agent users are looking for. So,
I just want to jump in the chat real quick and have you thank you everyone for letting us know where you're from. But drop in the chat with a yes or no if you're at all familiar with AI in terms of, Chat GPT. If you're using it, say yes, I'm using it. Don't we don't need to get into a whole we don't need to go down a rabbit hole with how you're using it, but yes, well, wow, a lot of people are using it. That's amazing. So, yeah, let's jump into it. So, Bailey, do you want to get started? However you want to do this, let's just do it that way.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take it away. I have just a quick slide deck prepared. Um, I wanted to go over the framework of Lofty AI and what we are doing lately, just so everybody's on the same page and we can all get excited about the things that are coming down the pipeline. I know everybody kind of likes to take a peek behind the curtain, so here to
Yeah.
provide that. So Lofty is actually really unique in the AI and real estate space. We launched our original AI assistant in 2019 that offered AI chat and text qualification to leads. In 2023, we got on the generative AI train and we offered text, email, blog, all kinds of writing assistance to help you take some of that mental load off of your introductions and your follow-ups with your clients. Last year, we were really excited to announce some AI-powered SEO tools. This was a big ask from our community, seeking better SEO resources. And so we were really happy to launch that and make it available. And just to help you understand what we're doing in 2025 and forward, we are helping build better tools that will let you choose how you want to consume AI in Lofty, really to help your business. So we're starting with our AI workforce. AI Copilot is the first in the workforce that is launching, and it's really a new framework for developing these AI capabilities. And again, letting you choose the AI resources that you will either use or not. So we really want to help fill the gaps or enhance your existing resources for areas like your operations, your marketing, your sales, your lead insights, that's really what we're here to do over the next year and forever. Today, we're really here to talk about AI Copilot, but coming down the pipeline, we'll be launching AI Marketer very, very soon, and AI Sales Essentials, which is a relaunch of our amazing chat and text bot. But today for AI Copilot, we'll dive into some of these great resources, navigators there to help you navigate throughout the platform and get insights on your powerful leads. Tech Expert is built in and will help you get answers to questions on the Lofty platform. And then Copywriter is there to help you generate your text and email communication with your leads. So that's my little spiel. Let's go ahead and switch into Lofty now. I'm going to stop sharing and then reshare once I've got it pulled up.
What was the last one, the copywriter? Because that's something I think a lot of people need help with in terms of like what to say, how to say it, that type of stuff.
Absolutely. So Copywriter is integrated with Lofty and it provides assistance with writing emails, texts, mass texts. One thing that is really amazing about Copywriter that was a big ask from our users that we interviewed is the ability to have contextual conversations.
Yeah.
So if I am opening up a lead, let's use Kimberly here. We can see AI Copilot is working as the whole group to give me context on what's going on with this lead. So she recently engaged with listings outside of her specified criteria.
Okay, hold on a
Copilot,
second, real quick. I don't mean
sure,
to interrupt.
yeah.
This is AI telling the agent in a summary what to look for with this lead and what this lead is doing.
Exactly that. So
Okay.
previously, if I was getting ready to have a conversation with Kimberly, or if I was just thinking about talking to her, I'd have to scroll through all of
Yeah,
this business to try to get
that's so
context
cool.
for what the heck we were talking about or what she's doing. Or for this one, I'd have to know to look that she's checking out properties
Yeah.
outside of her search criteria.
Already I'm sold. Sign me up.
So now taking away all the time that I would have spent trying to find value out of this lead profile.
Yeah.
AI Copilot is telling me exactly what's going on with this lead, and it's giving me some recommended actions. I can either draft an email to her, or I can chat with the AI and get a better context or flesh out the conversation that we want to have.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. And this is contextual. So wherever you are in the Lofty platform, if you're on the homepage, you'll get more recommendations for your full day. If you're looking at a specific lead, it will give you, just like we're seeing right here, recommended actions for your specific lead. And if you're like, I'm new to AI, I don't even know where to start with this whole mess. We have a whole menu of pre-written prompts that you can use to help guide your day or figure out what exactly you want to do. So let's say we wanted to check your to-dos for the day. You can click on that and it will generate and give you a full profile of everything that you have going on and really where you should be spending your time.
Quick question about the to-dos. So, like, is that the system telling you what it thinks you should be focusing on, not necessarily like a list of things that you've created, or what? How does that work?
Sure. So it's taking into account specifically for this one, the to-dos that you have scheduled. But when you first sign in, let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, because agents are not good with creating to-do lists. So, you know, yeah, I think like so it does kind of like look at important actions that you might not have noticed and kind of makes a list for you. Does it do that?
Yep. When
Oh,
you first
cool.
sign in, now this is our demo account. We share it with everybody. So we might have to scroll back a little bit to find that first intro. But
That was me
the very
earlier, Bailey.
Ernest was prepping for the call.
I just want to
Um,
say I know there's questions already, but I'm gonna get to those later because I
sure.
don't want to keep stopping and starting. I want you to go through what you want to go through, and then we'll get some questions in the chat. So don't worry about it, guys. We'll get to you.
Absolutely. So AI Copilot will help you identify those top priority tasks, whether it be people that maybe you've been ignoring that you should probably get back to,
Yeah.
actual tasks that you've scheduled for yourself, if we have leads that have taken some high priority actions that the AI is identifying that you should get in front of, all of these things feed into your recommended actions that you can take.
That's cool. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're really proud of what we built. We worked very closely with customers, interviewing to figure out what they're using outside of Lofty. One of my favorite questions was like, if you could wave a magic wand and ask Lofty AI to do something for you, what would that be? And we're excited that we're able to build some of those tools, and we've got more of them on our roadmap.
Can you show me what it looks like if you decide to write an email to Kimberly based on what she's doing?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's say, based on Kimberly's recent activity, write an email letting her know I have a new listing, asking if she wants to tour this weekend.
Cool. I like that.
So, how long was that? Maybe 2 seconds? We've
Yeah.
got an email
Okay, let's
draft
see.
that's ready.
Already
If,
though, I would cut out, I hope this email finds you well. I would delete that. But
yeah,
otherwise,
and you're
I
able
love
to
it.
do that, no problem. Or we could have continued in the AI chat and
Yeah.
refined it. So,
No, for
remove
sure. For
this.
sure. I was just joking.
Yeah,
Because
I
one thing
know
you
it's
do have to realize with AI though, sometimes it does sound like AI. So you have to you do and you should customize it to like the way you talk or the or things that you don't want it to say because it sounds kind of funny. So just
mhm.
keep that in mind. But it does put you in the right direction, which is really what it's meant to do, you know?
Yeah, and as it learns your conversation style and the conversations you've been having with your lead, again, going back to that
Okay.
contextual ability, it
Yeah.
will be able to refine that. I don't know if we'll ever be able to remove the I hope this email finds you well. That
No,
seems to
no,
be a
no. What I mean
global
is that,
AI tag.
yeah, what I think is great though, like you just said something cool, and that's something like once the system understands like how you talk, it will then be able to, and that takes a little time, but then it'll be able to craft an email that sounds like you something you wrote.
Yeah, absolutely. We're really excited for the future of AI with Lofty, and this is just the first stepping stone of many amazing capabilities that we'll be building in.
Yeah, I love it.
I know that we have questions, and I want to make sure that Ernest has time. He's developed a really great playbook to show agents how they can be successful with Copilot and kind of shape their day. So, Ernest, you ready for me to hand it over?
Yes. So,
Well, hold
and
on,
we'll
actually,
share.
Ernest,
Oh, go
before we
ahead.
do that,
Or do we want to
before
pause
we
for
do that, then
questions?
let's just see if there are a few questions that do relate. Um, okay, so how frequently does the AI update? So, it says I haven't been able to tell if it adjusts the summary or context of a lead after I sent a new email, text, or make a call. So
Yeah,
how
it
often?
should be updating in real time. So we can see for Kimberly's profile, it had the initial recommendation. I drafted that text, and now our response or our recommendation has changed. As we're getting in new content, we should be refreshing and getting new suggestions.
Okay, cool. Um, let's see. So someone's asking, is this included in Lofty or is there an extra fee?
That's a great question. So AI Copilot, we relaunched a little bit of a sneak peek, and so it is available in everybody's account. We are going to run this for about a month, and after that, we will go to a daily limit. So everybody has unlimited Copilot right now. Use it, love it, and then if you were interested in purchasing Copilot Unlimited for yourself, it will be available in the Lofty Marketplace.
Someone's asking, can you tie it to a Chat GPT account that you already use, or is this totally separate?
Totally separate. This is Lofty's proprietary AI tool.
Which, by the way, I mean, this definitely does. Someone says, Juan says, no, Nick, you said no questions until the end. Sorry, Juan, I lied. Um, yeah, and I think it's better to have it as in one login. You know what I mean? Especially
Right.
when it has to do with just your database. Like anything you're doing on ChatGPT, fine. But this is your database stuff, and I think that should be separate.
We do integrate with multiple language models, GPT being one of them. So you're really getting a variety of language
Yeah.
model tools with Copilot instead of just the one.
Cool. All right, let's go to, there are a few other questions, but I want to go, they're more they're more like not micromanagement questions, but they're very specific. So I will get to it later, but let's go to Ernest.
Perfect.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Are we not mind blown yet? Right? Our minds are just
No, I love it.
racing right now.
I could talk to Bailey. I mean, I would just talk to you all day about this. Sorry, Ernest. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Bailey definitely knows the products and the ins and out of it. So, um, but yeah, so the really cool thing with Copilot is we're developing a playbook. Let me make sure I share my screen here. Should be able to see that now. But we're developing playbooks around AI Copilot to really kind of help users understand the navigational uses of Copilot from a user standpoint of, hey, I could use this for filtering out my leads and creating some sort of follow-up email or text. But the other kind of use cases that we're going to build playbooks around are going to be from things like expired listings. What do I say to expired listings? What do I say to FISBOs? What do I say to leads that have been in my database for the last 2 years that I want to drive some lead CPR through? The really cool thing about AI Copilot is that there's really no limit to how you actually use it. So like Bailey was mentioning, you could access it from the actual people's tab, right? So it's going to give you that summary. But if you're in your marketing section and you're creating smart plans and you just need that extra little kind of foundational structure to get you going on what to say, AI Copilot could actually help you in those avenues as well. So as an agent, every day I wake up and I want to go and filter out my database to see all user activity from the last 7 days and call leads that have maybe looked at 3 or more properties, right? We could feed those instructions to the Lofty AI Copilot and have it create those call lists, create those text lists, and take it as far as even having it create the text and the email that I want it to send for me. So, for example, I would tell Lofty AI that I needed to create me a list of leads who've visited the website over the last 7 days,
Oh,
right?
dude,
So
that is such a time saver.
the website over the last 7 days, and who have valid phone numbers, then, draft me a text message to re-engage
Let me ask
re-engage
you a question because I want to
with
see
these leads,
because
right?
could you also say create me a list of leads who visited my website in the last 7 days who have looked in and then a specific town within a specific price range. Could you do all that stuff?
I haven't done it that minute, but
Let's
I'm almost
try.
certain you could change, you could train it to do it, right? So
Why
um,
not? I mean, if you say,
give
hey,
me,
yeah,
and keep in mind this is demo data, so we
yeah,
might
yeah,
not
yeah,
have,
yeah,
so we might get some errors here and there. But if you do have the data, it'll return you that list. As you can see
yeah.
here, it's given me the 3 leads that have actually visited the website over the last 7 days, right?
I
So
don't see why it
um,
wouldn't tell you like if you're lead generating online, PPC or Facebook, in a
who's
for a
been
specific
looking
town.
in a let's just say in Maricopa County, right? And it should continue to drill down that database for you so that you're not having to go into your CRM every
Yeah,
day
that's cool. That's
and
cool.
do that. So now you could actually tell the AI to say, hey, create me a text message to send these leads,
Yeah, I love that. And you could
right?
probably
And
even get more drilled down, like between a certain price point, number of beds and baths. That way, you know,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
dealing
we
with
don't have a
people.
virtual number attached here, but it would actually create that list for you.
Yeah, I love that. I
And
love that.
then you could easily go ahead and start from this window, actually start sending off those text messages, those emails, dialing for wins, dialing for success, and really start making money with Lofty, right? So the really cool thing about the AI Copilot is that really it's limitless. You could use it for any daily activity. And like Bailey pointed out, there's really all these kind of predefined, pre-built prompts that you can leverage. one thing with AI and being kind of like an AI nerd, as I like to call myself, is that you really want to, as you start using it for the first time, be very descriptive so that it starts to learn your natural
Yeah.
characteristics. And as it does that, the AI copilot will know how to sound like you when it's creating and drafting those text messages, those emails that you're then going to send out. So we're going to be creating a plethora of playbooks on all these scenarios. As an agent, I wake up and go from A to Z, right? So that you can really understand and use Copilot, leveraging those playbooks. So it's a really cool product, and we're super excited to actually be releasing it.
I I love that because one of my biggest problems when I was, with my CRM and still is like, you know, creating lists, creating tasks, putting people in certain categories, like that type of stuff. Um, and yeah, it'd be great to like tell it, hey, and it looks like you can. Looking for, I'm looking for anyone on the website that's visited in the last 7 days, looking in, one, two, three, in any town USA between 300 and 500 with 3 beds, 2 baths, and a swimming pool. Like you could do all of those things and then say, hey, send me give me a text or an email to send all of those leads. I mean, geez, that cuts down 3 hours of prospecting in literally like 5 minutes.
Right. And it gives you that call list, right? Like naturally or previously you would have had to go to your people's tab. You would have had to create that filtered list, and then you would have to put it into a dialer list, right? That you can then start dialing. And now you could just tell AI, hey, go get me these people and create me a text or create me a call list.
I think it's great.
And the other real cool thing is, like I was mentioning, it's not necessarily just tied to contact management. But if you wanted to use this to help you draft emails for a smart plan, for some sort of follow up campaign, I mean, it's literally right here for you to say, hey, write me an email, write me an email to send to leads who just registered, on my website. So making it super easy, super seamless for you to be able to actually start going through and having all of this ready for you. So
Awesome. I'm just looking through the chat to see if there's any.
yeah, Bailey, anything else to add on top of that?
I think you really nailed it when you talked about the time saving that AI Copilot offers. And we're really hoping to take your operations from something that could take an hour, 3 hours, the full day, into something that you're able to execute instantly. So creating those call lists, finding those high priority leads, and then creating valuable text and email communication with them. That's really what we're here to do.
So
Yeah, and
someone
should we
does
show
have
them
a,
how?
oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, should we show them? This is again going to be found in marketplace once we're through that kind of beta phase. I'm assuming, right? Right, Bailey?
They can get it now in the marketplace.
Okay, so going into marketplace, you will just find us under Lofty AI, and then
Yep.
we will have AI Copilot, and you can
Oh,
go in
cool.
there and learn more
So
about it.
someone asked a good question, and I feel like, yeah, I don't want to run this by you. Uh, can Lofty AI or AI Copilot tell you when it thinks someone might be ready to buy or sell? And I mean, I'm not sure if it could probably be like, hey, this person definitely wants to sell their home, but it could probably tell you like who the hand raisers are, right? Like who are the people you should be paying most attention to based on their search history.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could feed it a prompt that says, "Hey, tell me all the seller type leads in my database who've opened a market report over the last 7 days and done a property search." Right? If you know those key identifiers that
Yeah,
trigger that emotion to be like, "Hey, I'm going to sell my house today," right? Like if you knew those variables, you could literally feed it to AI Copilot and have it create those lists for you, so that you're just working those warm opportunities, which, I mean, honestly, I think you probably agree. Those are probably some pretty strong validators of people interested in selling their homes, that
100%.
they're engaging with the market reports, they're checking their home value reports that you're sending, and they're probably doing a property search in maybe another area or within their current area. So
Yeah. There's things to look for, right? Like it doesn't say, hey, this person lived in their house for 10 years and they probably want to sell. But if you follow the clues, you could find those people.
Right. And that's the cool thing too, is like if you're putting those data points attached with those leads. So for example, we'll just like open this no name here. If you're adding all those details into here, you could tell AI Copilot to go and search it. Right. So if you have like last close date, if you have time of whatever it might be, you could tell AI to go and create those lists for you. Like if you know that you live in, let's say, Maricopa County, I'm using that as an example, and you know the turnover rate or the average length of ownership is 5 to 7 years, you could literally tell it, hey, go pull me a list of leads from my database that have owned their home since 2019.
Yeah. Um,
And
Someone is asking about the DNC, the do not call list, and someone's like, "What about the do not call list? Does it separate those people out?" I'll just comment on that real quick. If you're running pay-per-click ads on Google or you're running Facebook ads, and those people are voluntarily giving you their phone number to look at houses for sale, that doesn't fall under the do not call because they've opted in. But if you're doing expires and for sale by owners, that's a different story. So how does that work?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, that would be assuming that you're bringing them into the database and having them opted in. I would historically say before you do that, what I would be doing with expireds and FISBOs is driving some sort of digital retargeting ads to those leads to get them to actually opt in, whether that's via print marketing or via digital ads, or maybe a combination of both, so that you're getting that opt in. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that's the key right now.
if you're using something like Redx for that information on expires and FISBOs, it normally tells you if they're on the do not call list anyway. But if
Yeah,
someone's coming to
absolutely.
your site through an ad that they found on Facebook or Google and they're voluntarily giving you their info, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because they're volunteering consent to you
Yeah.
contacting them via communication. So, Bailey, anything else to add there? I know I'm super ecstatic to be working on the playbooks to deliver to everybody out there. And I'm super excited for the AI Copilot launch. I think there's a lot of value in there. And you no longer have to go use ChatGPT and have multiple windows open. It's all native inside your dashboard. You literally just tell it what you need it to do, and it does it.
Yeah. Hey, give me like three, like just so, because there are a lot of things, obviously. What are the top three things, um, Bailey and Ernest? What are the top three things that this technology does that you think is like the best? Like, what are your top three best, most favorite features?
I love this question. Um, my top number one is alleviating the mental load. I think as real estate agents, you are more often than not tech people. So having to log into a system, know where to look, know where to prioritize, that takes a lot of your mental resources that you could be using in building relationships and helping people find their dream homes or sell them. So reduce mental load, log in, see what you need to do, and then do it. Time savings of, again, finding those things quickly and being able to execute them. And then finding those hidden gems, like leads that you haven't contacted in a while, or tasks that have been slipping through your mind.
Yeah, I love that. What about you, Ernest? What are your top three? I think it'd be the
I
same
mean,
three if you want to like,
yeah, I mean, Bailey
take the
hit it
easy
on the
way
head.
out.
Bailey made it too easy for me because I agree. My
What
number
Bailey
one,
said. Okay, thank you,
yeah,
everyone.
my number one though would be the time saving, right? Like there's always been kind of like these key components that as an agent you use on a daily basis, but there's always kind of been like a break in the communication of those tools, right? Like you'd have to go filter through your list, and then most of you, like Nick, you were pointing out, are using ChatGPT to maybe draft some sort of response or text or email to send out, which took even more time because now you're bouncing between tabs or you're bouncing between browsers or even windows, and you're trying to like craft this message that should really only be taking about 5 minutes of your time at most to complete, because I mean, if it's taking any longer than that, you're working for the tech's not working for you,
Yeah.
which the tech should be working for you. So I would say number one is that time saving, because now you no longer have to go create this filtered list or remember what you saved it, and then saved it as. You could just literally come in here and tell AI like, hey, it's morning. Today we're going to do some prospecting of leads that I have not touched over the last 30 days who have valid phone numbers because I'm going to send text messages and who've looked at properties. Previously for around $350,000, so that you could actually focus on that follow up and those key components versus trying to build, this database or this filtered list and then have to craft a message from there. You could literally have it done all for you. So
Yeah, I was gonna also say that while I love ChatGPT, don't get me wrong, ChatGPT takes extra time to get acclimated to what your goals are. So like you have to get ChatGPT to understand, okay, you're a real estate agent and this is what you want to accomplish. Whereas like this is AI within a CRM for real estate agents. It already knows what its job is. You just have to tell it the tasks you want it to accomplish. So that's another reason why I feel like it probably is much quicker to do it through here, you know?
yeah, I would wholeheartedly agree with that. So, I mean, Chat GPT, even, I mean, I've used it, myself, and it's like you got to go feed it for the first couple weeks and first couple prompts. You have to feed it a super, super descriptive prompt
Yeah.
to tell it about your business, who you are, where you service. Because if not, it gives you some really wild like responses that you then have to
Yeah.
start drilling down and thumbing up or thumbsing
Yeah.
down. Being that this is native to it, and that we're using several different points of AI. It's really kind of crafting those messages to be real estate relevant, and using your data to actually be personalized to you, right? So
Yeah.
it's not going to pull from any other databases or anything like that. It's strictly your information that it's leveraging to craft and create these messages for you as the agent so that you can continue to be successful and make money.
100%. So just there's a lot of questions in the chat about how much it costs. It's $10 per month per user, which is awesome. That's actually half the price of ChatGPT if you're going to use that on its own. It does both texts and emails, helping you craft those. It can help you put your contacts into lists and prioritize tasks and tell you who you should be reaching out to. Like I feel like every morning the first thing you should be asking your AI co-pilot is, you know, who who are the top 10 leads I should be reaching out to today based on their search history or whatever, something along those lines. You know what I mean? Um, and let the AI tell you who those people are and how you should respond. I mean, that's just like a no-brainer. Do that every morning.
Yeah, I agree. 100%, I agree. And every agent's different, right, Nick? You got buyers agents, you got sellers agents, you got agents who maybe specialize in very hyper specific niches, from whether it be probate or like divorce. Like the AI is going to work for you in how you need it to work. So, in those scenarios, your seller's agent, go pull me everybody who opened the market report over the last 7 days, like who opened it. Let me call them and
Yeah.
talk to them about it, right? Like, hey, noticed you opened up that market report I sent a couple days. Just wanted to follow up, see if you had any questions, or see if you actually want a personalized CMA on your home. Be there about 5 p.m. tomorrow, right? Like, I'm going to be in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
and start setting those appointments. But yeah, I think it's a game changer, absolutely, and it's going to give the agents the power and more time back because the tech's working for them and them not having to work the tech.
Someone actually does have a really good question, and I don't know if this is something that it does or not, but if not, it sounds like a cool way to get the system to become more familiar with your business and what your actual goals are. Because someone's asking, can you add our yearly business plan somewhere in Lofty so it knows your business better and pushes you to what essentially needs to get done to reach certain goals? Is that something that can be done in a certain way or, you know?
It's
If
not
not,
something that we support right now. I think it's a really fun suggestion, but you
yeah.
can, just like Ernest was sharing earlier, prompt the AI with the types
Mhm.
of goals that you should be completing, and it can help you manage those and stay on top of
Yeah.
them.
I think if you were like, hey, my year my let's just say my quarterly goal is to help X amount of people sell X amount in volume and have and hit X amount in gross commission. What type of tasks or how many people should I be reaching out to every day? Like that type of thing. If you tell it what you want to accomplish, I'm sure that it could give you the steps to take to hit those accomplishments. So in a sense, you're telling it what your plan is, just not uploading an entire business plan on a regular
Yeah.
basis.
Right. Yeah. And Bailey, I haven't checked it, but I mean, it might be something we do some testing with the business goal because you can set business goals on the dashboards here in some instances. So I'm not 100% sure if it'll read that data. If it can, I mean, then it's already done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is one question in the chat. Um, just so you guys know, Lofty is a CRM. So someone's asking, I've seen ads for Fellow in my Facebook feed. Fellow is not a CRM. Fellow is just a drip campaign. This is a CRM, so very different database management. I don't know too much about Fellow, but the two are not created equal. So um, they're both good for what they do. Okay. There are a lot of questions. I don't want to sit here all day and just kind of read through the different questions, but I'm sure people would love to reach out to ask more questions. And if they do, where should they go to do that so they can get a little bit more specialized attention from you guys?
Ernest,
Yeah, Bailey, you want to take that one? You want me to take that one?
you go ahead.
So I would definitely say marketplace. Head over to the AI Copilot section here, and if you have any more questions to book a consultation with one of our marketplace members, or even reach out to our support team, who would be able to answer those questions for you.
A lot of
Yeah,
questions can be answered by Copilot itself too. So if you
Yep.
ask it about, I mean, I wouldn't say what can you do? That's a little too broad, but if we're dropping a lot of the questions we're getting in the chat into the Copilot window, it can help out. One of the questions I saw was if it can give you step-by-step instructions for different parts of Lofty, and absolutely, that's what the tech expert resource is there for.
yeah.
Um, mhm.
Someone says my co-pilot gave me five very specific tasks to complete today. Would not have thought to even do these tasks. That's awesome. I love
I
that.
love that.
Hey Ryan, if you're still on there, drop one of the tasks in the chat. I'd love to know which one one of those tasks that you wouldn't have thought to do it told you to do. Um, yeah, someone wants to know, hey, can it actually go and conduct a listing appointment for me? You know what?
Brian has had the jokes in
We're
the
getting
chat.
there. We're getting there.
I was just looking at that one.
Jim is asking, can it help you segment and organize leads? Yeah, we just kind of went over that. If you ask it to do certain things like put leads in lists or um, itemize them a certain way or who you should reach out to. Yeah, it does that in a sense. So, that is something great. What are we doing over here, Ernest? Are you showing us something?
I was just looking at, somebody asked
Okay.
if it could build smart plans, and
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, here's one of the prompts that we fed it. That I was messing around earlier. Create a smart plan for. I said expired. I want emails to sound authentic, but also contain strong call to actions, right? So this is day 1, day 4, day 7, 10, 15. It even asked me what the time frame was. So it's like, hey, how many times or how long should this smart plan actually run?
yeah. I love
So
it.
yeah, it definitely going to give you the content. Just you just got to tell it what you want it to do.
Yeah, and listen, you never know. You might with AI, it's funny, like, you know, it knows more than you think it knows. So you might ask it a question that you didn't think would be something it would know the answer to, and it'll give you some insight and some guidance.
Yeah.
Um, because it is getting smarter all the time. Do we have a Lofty special? What's the Lofty special? If Young, if you're on the call, can you drop it in the chat, or Anna, if you're on the call? Oh, you just dropped it. But that link is not linking. So let me see if I can fix that by dropping it in because it's not like showing up, you know what I mean? Whoops. Shoot, where is it? Lofty go.lofty.com. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just grab this here real quick because it's not like turning blue in the chat. So I want to make sure. Here we go. Got it. I'm gonna drop this in the chat. If you guys have any questions or you want to know the deal that LCA has, or you want to schedule a demo, which you can totally do at no cost, go ahead and do that. Because that'll be good because then you'll have some, one-on-one time and you get a lot of answers to your questions.
Anything else you
Cool.
want to
Anything?
add, Bailey?
Nope, I think we covered it all. Really excited to share all this with everybody.
Awesome. So go to go.lofty.com/partners/LCA. I just dropped it in the chat. Also go to our YouTube channel, Lab Code Agents. This replay will be posted in the next couple days, and you can rewatch it. So yeah, go rewatch it, go inquire, go set a demo, do all of the things. And for $10 a month, I mean, sheesh, that's really good. Can't complain. I'm sure they're real estate agents. They'll find something to complain about. But just kidding. I love all of you. All right. Thanks, guys. Anything else we're missing before we jump off? Or we're good or no?
I
We're
think we're
good.
gorgeous.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate you. Stay warm if you're in a cold area. And if you're in a warm area, I'm very jealous. And we'll see you later.
Thanks so
Bye.
much.
Thanks, Jake.
Have a good day,
Thanks, y'all.
everybody.